10. The largest lobster. Lobster fishing is done by dropping baited traps into the water and then waiting for lobsters to come for it. That's North Atlantic lobster. While it is the largest officially recognized lobster, a massive marine lobster caught in 1926 was said to weigh a shocking 51.5 pounds. Unfortunately though, this fish was never officially confirmed before it became dinner. Number 9. The largest catfish. Catfish are some notoriously large creatures, and the aptly named Mekong giant catfish is no exception. They have been severely overfished and are currently a critically endangered species. On January 18, 2019, an unbelievable specimen was caught by a local fisherman. The monstrous Mekong was over 9 feet long and weighed an unbelievable 650 pounds. Experts who verified the catch have said that it may not only be the largest catfish ever caught, but it may in fact be the largest freshwater fish ever caught in general. Number 8. The largest salmon. In 1949, a group of fishermen in Petersburg, Alaska sprung a net trap and waited for it to fill with various species of fish. However, when they pulled up the net, they had caught a little more than they had bargained for. Among the fish was a 126-pound king salmon, and the fish was verified and to this day is one of the largest salmon ever caught. Number 7. The largest squid. It's no surprise that one of the largest recorded squids was from the species known as the colossal squid. The colossal squid is even larger than the giant squid, with members of the species reaching over 30 feet in length and weighing up to 1,500 pounds. In February of 2008, fishermen in New Zealand hauled up a massive net. They had expected it to be filled with millions of smaller fish that would be sold commercially. When they got a look at the contents though, they realized that the net contained several fish and one inconceivably massive 33-foot-long colossal squid. They realized that the specimen was truly something special, and they turned it over to the Auckland University of Technology. This is where marine biologist Steve O'Shea confirmed that it was the largest squid on record. Number 6. The largest marlin. Their long pointy nose and their incredible speed. Marlin can swim at speeds of up to 50 miles per hour or 80 kilometers an hour and weigh over 1,500 pounds. These massive speedsters are a popular target of sports fishing in tropical regions, and in fact, several species including the white marlin are severely endangered due to overfishing. But back in 1970, many people were finding out about exotic fishing opportunities for the first time, and the surge in popularity would lead to one of the biggest catches in history. In 1970, a group of anglers were out on a fishing adventure in Oahu, Hawaii. The group was out on a charter boat skippered by Captain Cornelius Choi when they landed the catch of a lifetime. The fish, which would go on to be dubbed Choi's monster after the captain, was a Pacific blue marlin weighing 1,805 pounds, and to this day it remains the largest marlin ever caught on a rod and reel. Number 5. The largest sea bass. In fact, the current world record has been in place since 1968 when a giant sea bass was caught at Anacapa Island. The fish itself weighed 563.5 pounds and measured in at 7.4 feet in length. With diminishing populations and growing interest in other species, the largest crab. Deaths that do occur most often come as a result of drowning or hypothermia. These are two risks that are all too real for the brave men and women who risk so much for this lucrative career, and those whose lives revolve around crab fishing live for a moment like the one in the spring of 1980 when a crew of Alaskan fishermen pulled up a single crab weighing over 33 pounds. It was said at the time that the one crab could have fed a large family for a week or more. To this day, the incredible catch remains the largest individual crab ever caught. Number 3. The alligator gar. Many of the entries on today's list might very well be fish that you've heard of or even eaten in a fancy restaurant. But this next fish is one that not everyone is familiar with, that they bear to an alligator. But the similarities don't simply end there. The alligator gar is one of few fish that are capable of breathing both air and water, and they can grow to lengths of 10 feet. While these bizarre fish used to be fairly widespread, their range has shrunk considerably over the years. In areas where they still occur naturally, alligator gar are still common targets of sport fishing, and the largest confirmed catch with a rod and reel was a jaw-dropping 279-pound beast captured in Rio Grande, Texas by a man named Bill Valverde on January 1st, 1951. That's gotta come with some pretty big bragging rights. The best pick of the day, because this thing really doesn't have much of a name actually. This picture shows one of the most well-known and public cover-ups related to the world of fishing. In 1995, a large commercial fishing rig risked the lives of its crew members in a bid to bring this massive creature back to shore. However, when authorities arrived, they didn't receive the praise they expected. The creature was immediately deemed the property of the Russian army, and even academics were barred from getting close. This photo is infamously one of the only ones of the incident. After gaining possession of the specimen, it was immediately broken down and destroyed, and due to the lack of documentation of the incident and the circumstances surrounding it, it is widely believed that the creature was part of a biological weapons plan that was abandoned following the Cold War. Number 1. The largest shark. To protect vulnerable species, it is possible to acquire a license to take part in this larger-than-life version of fishing, and while most people aren't exactly hauling in great whites at the end of their line, some pretty big sharks do get snagged. So, just how big is the biggest one on record? According to the Guinness Book of World Records, declared that the largest fish